Hello everyone, this is Cbse, your social studies educator, welcoming you all to my channel SST Chance. Let's start part 3 of history chapter How, When and Where of class 8. The next concept of this chapter that we are going to explore is the sources to know about British administration. You know, to write history, evidences are mostly required. So, many sources or evidences are there to know about British history too. First, let's figure out what are the sources available to us. These are official records during British time, record rooms, archives and museums of that time. Next one, letters and memos from different departments. Last one, surveys on different fields conducted by British government. Official records. This one is an important evidence of the British administration. The British believed that the act of writing was important in administration. So, the British officials recorded each and every action they had taken under administration. For example, in your schools, you know, every decision, instructions, guidelines are recorded in registers in your schools, right? Like your attendance registers, students notice register. Like that, the British also thought every instruction, plan, policy, decision, agreement, investigation had to be clearly written up. And at that time, all these were recorded through documents, letters, reports and memos. Next source, record rooms, archives and museums. The British government not only recorded their actions related to administration but also carefully preserved them all. So, preserving all the records were one of the important part of British administration. And for this purpose, they had set up many provisions, such as the British government set up record rooms attached to all administrative institutions. The village Tahsildar office, the collectorate, the law courts, the provincial secretariats, the commissioner's office, all had their record rooms. So, record rooms were one of the important sources for historians to get information about British administration in India. Except for record rooms, the British government also established some specialized institutions, archives and museums to preserve important records regarding administration. Okay, from the above discussions, now it's clear to us that recording of activities was important for British officials, right? But here we should remember that we are talking about the time of 250 years ago, when there was no means of printing, right? Now the question is, 250 years ago, how these activities of recording were done? Let's find out the answer. In the early years of 19th century, the documents were carefully copied out and beautifully written by calligraphists. Means the activity of recording was done by calligraphists. Let me introduce you all with the calligraphist. Calligraphists were those who specialized in the art of a beautiful writing. This was in the first phase, okay? But later, the invention of a printing machine brought a dramatical change in it. After the invention of printing machine, by the middle of the 19th century, multiple copies of these records were printed. Clear, guys? In summary, we can say that because of these specialized institutions, archives, record rooms, and museums, today we can get all the letters, notes, documents, reports of British period that were sent by officials at the top to provincial administrators. This is National Archive of India, came up in the 1920s and this is located in New Delhi. Let's focus on next source, that is surveys. Before discussing on it, I am going to tell you that the British government believed a country had to be properly known before it could be effectively administered. and for it they adopted the practice of surveying our country. Okay, we will explore this in two phases by taking two examples. First, by the early 19th century, detailed surveys were being carried out to map the entire country. For example, revenue survey in villages. Here revenue means the income that a government receives regularly through taxes, customs, etc. And before collecting the revenues from public, the British officials had done a survey on it. Okay? And this survey was done to know many factors. First, the topography. The physical characteristics of land, especially the position of its rivers, mountains, so that the government could use or change the landscape wisely for future development. For example, to create drainage ditches, etc. Okay, and also to know the soil quality. While detailed information on soil are required for a proper assessment of soil properties, terrain features, erosional aspects, and other factors that can help in working out the use capability and management practices for soil conservation and better production of crops. And next, to know flora and fauna, the plant kingdom and animal kingdom of an area. This was needed for documenting biological diversity, preparing management guidelines for natural resources, etc. And last one, to know the cropping pattern of an area, so that the British officers could easily estimate the revenue from that land and also implements different policies in future regarding agricultural development of that area. Okay. All these facts seen as necessary to know about to administer the region. In the second phase, that is from the end of the 19th century, census operations were held every 10 years, and this census survey prepared detailed records of the number of the people in all the provinces of India and information in caste and religions and also occupations of people. Okay. Besides these surveys, there were many other surveys like botanical surveys, geological surveys, archaeological surveys, anthropological surveys, forest surveys, etc. conducted by British government. Okay guys, so this is all about the sources to know about British administration in India. See you in next class. Thank you all for watching it.